Don't estimate how much you're going to miss Nigerian food, ogbono, egusi. If it's possible, please try and travel with crayfish. Hi guys, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I'm just going to do a very quick one with this video because I just want it to be like a little treat. I haven't been uploading as much as I should have, and I feel like I just need to put out videos regardless of whether they are vlogs during Christmas time or whether they are no vlogs. So in this video, I want to quickly do a things to bring to the US as an international student. I don't know how things work in the UK, so I'm assuming that maybe some UK people might have their own variation of how things work. But if you are thinking of moving here or maybe moving to Canada or something, you might want to, might want to put all these things in your travel lists. Okay, it's great to travel somewhere and not have to start buying stuff and whatnot. Before we get into it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please also subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified of every time I post a new video. First thing I think you should bring, and this is just my opinion, okay, you don't have to follow it, antibiotics, because here you don't get antibiotics over the counter. It has to be prescribed to you by a physician, by maybe a nurse or a doctor or something, but they have to prescribe it to you before they give it to you. And this is America, okay? I'm not sure about Canada and the UK and other European countries. Your basic antibiotics, just go to a pharmacist and say, hey, what are the antibiotics I should take as I'm traveling, and just get some of them, okay? You also need to look at their expiry dates, because if it has expired, you don't want to be taking it. The next thing you should bring is palm oil. Honestly, you can buy palm oil from Amazon, because I'm not sure how you're going to handle the logistics of buying palm oil from Nigeria and bringing it here, especially if you want to cook native foods. Like for me now, I still eat Nigerian food. I cook all my food from scratch. I just like, add some extra stuff here and there, but everything I eat here is what I've been eating back home. I bought palm oil one time from Amazon. I didn't like the way it tasted. It tasted weird, but it cost me like $30. Next thing, I wrote medicine on my list here, but I guess antibiotics are a kind of medicine. So you just want to bring things like, let's say, cold medicine, lozenges, things that you can use to maybe self-medicate if you have a cold or something like that. And granted, yeah, there are medicines here that you can also buy, a lot of things you can buy without them being prescribed to you. But if you are somebody that is maybe allergic to one or two things and your doctor recommends something for you, please just bring it here. Next thing is dry food, okay? Don't underestimate don't estimate how much you're going to miss Nigerian food. Bring things like ogbono, egusi, those two things. Bring lots and lots of it. If it's possible, please try and travel with crayfish. In fact, you can even have a separate bag where you just put all your food, right? So try and travel with crayfish. Very, very, very important. I think they allow that over the border. Do they? Yeah, they should. They do. It's things like chicken that they don't allow. So like if you bring Indomie and maybe the flavor is chicken, they might not let you go through the border. I don't know. I don't know why or how they do it, but I've actually heard a border person say it, and they were telling it to me. And if you start bringing your Indomie or any kind of other noodles, you just know that there's a possibility that they might ask you to take them out of your bag, because that's what happened to me. So there's that. Bring a lot of dry food, as much as you can eat, because things like semo, what else? Custard. If it's possible, bring akamu. All those things, I promise you, you're going to miss it. So put them in your travel bag. Next thing is spices. Now, granted, we have a lot of variation of spices here in America, but if you still want that Nigerian taste, right, make sure that you pack lots of no, lots of maggi, lots of belly chicken, lots of onga, all those stuff. Pack it, because I swear when you cook Nigerian food without certain Nigerian spice, it just doesn't hit the same. Okay, it feels atrocious almost. So so make sure you bring a ton of spices that are going to last you for a while, because most times you may not be able to find them unless you go to an African market, depending on how far the African market is from you anyway. And then African markets here are usually expensive, so it's best for you to bring the things that you need for your initial stay, and then when you've started figuring out your life and everything is coming together, then you can maybe start shopping in the African store. But at least for the first few months, or maybe for the first year that you're coming, make sure you pack a lot of spices. Okay. Another thing, this one is so important: adapters, outlets. Yeah, adapters and outlets. Let me start with that. So in America, right, the outlets are very different from what we have in Nigeria. So usually, let me show you what the outlets look like. All outlets here are just the ones with two what's it called? I don't know what it's called. These two things sticking out, right? Those are the I hope this is going to focus. I don't know if it will. So these are the kinds of outlets you are going to see here. I don't know how it is in Canada. I think in the UK they have the same one we use in Nigeria. That's the three, the 1, 2, 3. But here everything's like this. So if you have a laptop and you need to buy maybe an adapter or a converter for it, please buy it. You can maybe find it at the airports. You can find it on Amazon. But I mean, I think it's easier for you to buy it as you're coming here, because by the time you come here, you don't know if you're going to come here when all the stores are closed. Even if you want to order it from Amazon, it's going to take at least 2 days to get to you. Make sure that your outlets, your adapters and your converters and all those things have two heads. Okay, very, very, very important. Next thing is your documents. Okay, very important. Your birth certificate, your driver's license or any other licenses you have, your school certificates, like that's the original ones. And I know this kind of varies because Nigerian federal schools and non-private schools kind of delay people when they want to get their actual certificates. I don't know. I don't know. Actually, let me not say that because I'm actually not sure how it works. But just make sure that you have your original certificate, because at some point your school might ask you for it. I remember they asked me for mine during my first semester, and I had to go there, show them the stamp and whatnot. And yeah, I think they removed the hold that was on my student account because they needed to verify that I actually graduated from another school in Nigeria. They shall ask me for my certificate, so make sure that you bring it. It's very important. And then let me see. Yeah, you can also bring family photos because you don't know when next you're going to go home. And if you're here for a while, you start to get very, very homesick and you may even feel depressed at some point. So very important for you to have family pictures. Take pictures with your friends before you leave, okay? Make sure you take pictures with them so that you have something to hold on to. I know some people don't like telling people when they're going to travel, but there are certain people in your life that at least you're close to them, so you can tell them, hey, I'm leaving the country. Make sure you take photos with them. Super important. Another thing to bring: Aboniki Balm. I know some people don't like Aboniki. Personally, I like it. Whenever I have a cold, I always rub it on my on my upper lip, above my upper lip, so that I can kind of breathe in the hot air and then it clears up my sinuses. So make sure you bring Aboniki Balm, okay? Important. Soup ingredients. If you love Nigerian food, bring soup ingredients, okay? Bring, I don't know, ogiri, okay, all those things. Bring it, because you don't know if you're going to see it here, even if you go to an African store, and it might just be expensive. So I just bring them here. Also bring things like semo and swallows and pounded yam and all that stuff. I love semo, by the way, just saying. Another thing you should bring is traditional clothes. Like bring your Ankaras and all that stuff. If you have clothes that you've sewn in Nigeria, those traditional looking clothes, bring them. Because me, I only brought one, and in 2 occasions where I had to wear it too, I wore it, and I really, really regret not bringing more. I don't know. I don't even think I'll fit some of those clothes anymore because I've gained some weight. So that's neither here nor there. But yeah, bring some traditional clothes. You don't know when you're going to need them. 2 things I want to talk about before I end this video. So these are not things that you should bring, but things that you should just be aware of. So when you come, America doesn't have the best transportation system, except you live in the city, like you live in a big city. If you live in a rural area like where I stay, you won't see public transportation. A lot of people walk, or maybe they have scooters, or maybe some people buy cars. Just depends on you and how you're going to do it. Now, just keep that in mind, okay, so that you won't be too flustered when you get here. You might have to do a ton of walking. Another thing to keep in mind is your credit score. Okay, when you come, maybe I should do a video on how credit works in America. So let me know in the comments if you want me to do that video, because I'm actually thinking about it. make sure that your credit score doesn't go below 650. Okay, 650 is okay, it's fair, but you want to at least keep it at 650 to 700, 670, 680, 690, 700, 800, like that. So credit is very important. Like, this is a credit based society. If your credit is bad, or if you don't have any credit history, you might not even be able to rent a place. So except like you're just coming and you're a new student, and then they might make some exceptions for you, right? But after school, you transition into the real world and you want to maybe buy a house, you want to get a car, you want to rent an apartment. They're going to do a background check on you. Even when you want to buy internet, for instance, with Spectrum, sometimes they do a credit check. Sometimes even when you want to go with a new cell phone company, they do a soft credit check, right? Because they want to determine how well you're going to be able to pay your bills, and they do that by checking your credit score. So make sure that your credit is always good. When you come, get a credit card, even if it's just one, just get one credit card. If you cannot manage two, right, you get one. You use it to buy stuff like maybe gas or buy groceries. Sometimes they give you rewards, they give you cash back on your purchases, and then by the end of the month, whenever you get your salary or something, you now pay off that credit or pay off that debt from the credit card. I know it's kind of messed up. It's like you have to borrow money and always pay it back to show that you're credible. A lot of people don't like doing that, but that's the way they're going to actually believe that you're a trustworthy person. Okay. So the credit card that I have right now, I use Discover. Some people use American Express. Some people use Capital One. Just depends on whichever one you want to use. For Discover, I'm not sure if this. I think this might work for other credit companies. Not sure. But for Discover, you can also check your credit score on the app, and you can basically pay all your bills electronically. Like, it's super, super easy. So why not? Okay, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if I missed out anything. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.